So with a 1/4 stroke, you're working over the scapula and around the borders of the scapula, and you're using your hands and your forearm, and you're not using a stool. You're kind of like have your feet placed twice the distance as you would have standing, and kind of bend your knees so you're kind of lower down. And there's these channels. There's 2 channels on either side of the spine, one on either side of the spine. And you would enter the stroke at a 45-degree angle going in towards the top of the shoulder, and your hands move forward. It goes between the scapula and the vertebrae, and then it transitions over to the wrist and the forearm, and then you go over top of the scapula. So coming in at a 45-degree angle, going in between the vertebrae and the scapula, and then you go out over top of the scapula. And it's an alternating, so then the other side as well comes in at a 45-degree angle. So the hand transitions to the wrist, to the forearm, and then out over top of the scapula like that. So it works the infraspinatus and the supraspinatus. And it's alternating. So as one hand goes out, the other hand's waiting. As that hand comes back, the opposite hand comes out. As that hand comes out, the other hand kind of cocks and gets ready. So it goes around the ball of the shoulder and comes underneath. And then you rotate the wrist so that the fingers face up again and go out. And as it goes out, the other hand gets ready to go out, like that. So it's very sedating. So you're working over top of the scapula. And then once you work through the scapula, you can work around the boundary of the scapula. So as you come in, the elbow actually follows the outside border of the scapula. So it's releasing the rhomboids and the teres major, teres minor. So this is the second step in the 1/4 backstroke. Yeah, so following the outside border of the scapula. How's the pressure, Tony?
Good.
Good, okay. So this is 1/4 backstroke. So your feet aren't really moving, they're just stationary. But this stance I call the knee rotating stance, because you rotate your knees one and then the other, alternating. And that drives, rotating the knee drives your arms forward and helps to apply the technique. Okay, so the first step in the 1/4 stroke is going over top of the scapula, releasing the infraspinatus. And then the next step is releasing around the borders of the scapula, releasing the rhomboids and the teres major and minor. So you're not moving your legs. Well, you're not moving your feet, but your legs, the knees are rotating to drive the forearms forward. And we'll show you more of that later. Okay. Okay, the next level, or next step, is a half backstroke. So basically with a half backstroke, as always, you start at the top of the shoulders. So the hand comes forward, comes between the scapula and the vertebrae. Then as it passes the scapula, it turns so the elbow is leading now. and you're stroking all the way down to the top of the pelvis. And then when you hit that top of the pelvis, the elbow goes down to the side, so you're working the side. And the hand follows the elbow along the side of the body, up over the top of the shoulders, to the top of the shoulder, and repeat. So hand is straight as you're going over the scapula. So once your elbow passes the scapula, you turn the body so that the elbow leads now, and then the elbow goes down to the side of the body, and you use your forearm to release the back, the erectors, right down to the top of the pelvis, and then you change direction. So the elbow goes down to the side of the body, and as it returns, the hand follows it. So over top of the ball of the shoulder, top of the shoulder, then rotate your wrist and repeat. Okay, so as this arm is going down to the pelvis, the other hand is on top of the shoulder getting ready to go out. So as the right hand returns, the left hand goes out. So this is the half stroke. So as one hand goes out, the other hand is returning. As that hand returns, the other hand goes out. You do it nice and slow. Don't be fast. You want to develop a rhythm, but not a fast rhythm. Okay. Okay, elbow goes down to the side of the body and it returns. The hand follows it like a snake. And then it comes over the ball of the shoulder, up to the top of the shoulder to the neck. And when you hit the corner of the neck and the shoulder, your hand rotates around following the wrist. The wrist turns the hand so the palm faces up. So when you're going between between the scapula and the vertebrae, the hand is in the same direction as the body, the back. But when the elbow passes the scapula, then the hand becomes perpendicular to the direction of the body. Then down to the side, and hand follows the elbow. Okay. Okay, so that is the half backstroke.